This is something that I thought I'd never have to talk about, ever. This wasn't on my 2024 bingo bucket card. Bucket card? Yeah, sure, we'll go with bucket card. And there's really no way to like properly go into the subject but by just saying it. Gordon Ramsay has lost his damn mind. I found out last month that Chef Gordon Ramsay, the man with constantly high blood pressure, the man who doesn't eat food unless it's absolutely superb, has decided to go into another way of business in the form of frozen foods. He has started a frozen food company. When I first heard this, I was like, no, there's just no way, right? There's no way my boy Gordon would go into frozen foods. But alas, I was mistaken. I was wrong. It's real. It's very real. It's been out since September, and I didn't even know until last month. Remember that old Pixar movie about like 10 years ago? I think it's called, Ratatouille. There's a part in the movie where they talk about how Chef Gusteau, the greatest chef in the world, how his reputation has started to kind of decline, and after his death, they decided to start making frozen foods of him, which only serves to diminish his name even more. And we thought that was just a movie, but no, apparently it's very real. It's almost scary how accurate it is to what's happening right now. The only difference is Gordon Ramsay's not dead, but that's really the only difference. But the fact is, it's just so bizarre. I never thought that Gordon Ramsay would stoop to such a level. And in all fairness, it might come from a good place. It might come from the warm part in his Grinchy heart, where he just wants to give normal people a chance to taste his great creations in the form of a frozen food product. But I don't know. All jokes aside, I think that's what he's doing. I don't think it's from any place of malice or greed. I think he's just trying to give the people something. But without further ado, I want to show you some of them, though. I want to show you some of these frozen foods that are on the list that you can go buy right now if you wanted to. And some of these might shock you. Starting off, we have the mushroom risotto. Chef Ramsay is well known for his risotto. It's one of his most prized dishes whenever he's doing his thing in Hell's Kitchen. It always looks good whenever it's done correctly. And, you know, I'm happy that that's now in a frozen food product way. He also has Wellington Bites, a pocket form of the regular beef Wellington. Beef Wellingtons, of course, it's like beef and then bread and some mushroom like sauce in between. I've had it before. It's a really good dish to have. And, you know, having it in a small bite size form, I think that's a good thing to add. He also has a chicken pot pie, and you know, chicken pot pie, it's not exactly a Chef Ramsay special. There's nothing special about a chicken pot pie. They have those everywhere. But I think the fact that he added it's unique. It's unique. I'm sure that's a dish that Chef Ramsay would normally do if he was at a restaurant. He also has a shepherd's pie, which, you know, also seems like something that Chef Ramsay would do. That seems normal. Along with that, he has lasagna, which, again, it's something that you might see at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, but I feel like it's kind of a stretch. I feel like a lot of frozen food items, I feel like most brands have some kind of lasagna at some kind of capacity. And this is the part that starts to really piss me off, because from this point forward on the list, none of these things seem like something that Chef Ramsay would ever normally make at any of his restaurants. So let's just go down the list just real quick. Crab cakes. I just don't see Chef Ramsay serving crab cakes at any of his restaurants. It's not a high-end, fine dining thing that you'd ever find at a restaurant. So I think putting this on the frozen food getting close to Chef Ramsay, I feel like it's just a little bit disingenuous. And then we move on to cheese bites. Cheese bites. I know for a damn fact Chef Ramsay is not going to be serving cheese bites at Hell's Kitchen or at any of his Las Vegas restaurants, any of his California restaurants, or any of his restaurants across the world. I implore you to find me a restaurant that belongs to Gordon Ramsay that serves cheese bites. And if you do, then fine. I'll admit defeat on that. But I just don't think you will. Fish and chips. The only reason that's there is because he's British. All right? I said it. Just because he's British. And sure, yeah, he might serve that, but I just feel like it doesn't need to be here. It really doesn't need to be here. Especially when you consider the fact I just don't think fish and chips would do very well frozen. I think anything fish related is kind of difficult to do in frozen. There's only like a few rare exceptions where that can be done correctly. I like fish sticks. Fish sticks are awesome. Fried chicken bites. I mean, those are just chicken nuggets, all right? Let's not dance around the fact. He just put chicken nuggets on the menu and then put it as fried chicken bites. We know what you meant. We know what you're trying to do. I'm not fooled. And if you're fooled, don't be fooled. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's just chicken nuggets. Slow roasted beef in a red wine sauce. I missed this one. This one seems like something that would be on a restaurant. Slow roasted beef in a red wine sauce. That seems like something that'd be on a restaurant. That looks fancy. That looks nice. And to further bring us back into reality, we have lemon caper chicken. looks lovely, looks delicious. Again, it looks like something that you would find on a menu at a Chef Ramsay restaurant. This is normal stuff. This is Chef Ramsay grade stuff. You know what isn't Chef Ramsay grade stuff? 4 cheese macaroni. Macaroni. Chef Ramsay, I know for a fact Chef Ramsay does not make macaroni. He just doesn't. If he ever did make macaroni, he'd probably add like lobster and like fancy stuff to it. This is just a 4 cheese macaroni. You just grab 4 cheeses and then put it in a macaroni. There's nothing special. There's nothing Chef Ramsay about that. There's nothing special about that. It's just mac and cheese, man. And then to finish it off, 3 cheese stuffed pizza bites. Those are just pizza rolls. They're just pizza rolls. And I hate to tell you this, but I think pizza rolls, I think the regular, what is it? Who does them? Tostitos, don't they do the pizza rolls? I think they do it better than Chef Ramsay ever could. Because it's below Chef Ramsay. And he just doesn't know the frozen food market like these guys do. These guys are legends. Borderline gods whenever you go down the freezer aisle at any of your grocery stores. They rule that area. And Chef Ramsay just can't compete. All in all, it's a very interesting lineup when it comes to frozen foods. Some of them look good. Some of them look like things that you would actually see. A lot of them are kind of iffy, and some of them are just a definite no. You'd never see them. But all that begs the question, how would these things actually taste? And lucky for you, I have an okay answer. I've never tried any of these myself. Let me just state it off the bat. I've never tried any of these frozen foods by myself. But I know somebody that does, and his name, we all know it. Say it with me now, Moist Critical. Because Moist Critical about a month ago did a tier list of this, and this is actually how I was introduced to this frozen food discovery. And spoiler alert, and I don't mean to spoil the video, but for the most part, these are actually ranked pretty high. A lot of the stuff was ranked really high, like the Wellington, which makes me very happy. And then some other stuff that I wouldn't expect to be ranked so high, like the lasagna and the mac and cheese. And I expected like the crab cakes and like the fish and chips to be ranked lower. What I didn't expect and what kind of disappointed me was the risotto. And that's a real kick in the gut for me, because the risotto is arguably one of the better looking things on the menu, and it's one of the things that I would really like to try. Actually, no, I did try it. I did try the risotto whenever I went to Vegas, and I remember it tasting really good. So, you know, it's a shame that it didn't exactly transfer over to its frozen food counterpart, which, you know, shock. And also on Delyish.com, because they also ranked the frozen food that Chef Ramsay put out there, they also didn't rank it very high. It was actually quite low. So sad to say, I think the risotto is just, it's just not good. The good news is that a lot of the stuff that was put out there is ranked really high. And from what I can tell, it's actually fairly affordable and actually priced really decently. I don't think it's in any stores. I think you have to Amazon it for right now. I don't know if they're in store shelves or not. And who knows, that might change. Maybe they're already there. I might be talking out of my ass right now. Point being, these things exist. We have the chance to dine like my boy Gordon Ramsay. And if that isn't a gift for 2024, I don't know what is, even though this was out in September. Begs the question though, will more things be added to this repertoire of frozen food products? I think that they have a really good selection right now, and honestly, I don't think they need to improve. And honestly, I don't think they need to add anything else, because I think it's like 13 dishes. That's a lot of dishes. I think they should remove some, maybe, like the bad ones. Like the fish and chips, I don't really think those need to be there. They could probably improve upon the risotto. Make room for some other dishes if they want to, but who knows? Maybe they don't need to do anything. I think people will eat whatever they want to eat, and I think that if you slap Gordon Ramsay on it, then people are just going to automatically gravitate towards it because, you know, he is the greatest chef in the world. And now he makes frozen food. I love this country. But that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, if indeed you still are. My name is Brockster, and I bid you all adieu.